Hello everybody, welcome to a beautiful sunny September day. We are going to be talking today on how to transition your garden from summer to fall. So let's get started. I'm Katarina from Sustainably Rooted, and I talk all things sustainability for your home and for your classroom because I am a working mom of two wonderful kids who are very high energy, have some just unique needs, and also a full-time teacher. So I'm here to give you all the tips and tricks to create a sustainable life and in a way that's sustainable for you. So let's get started. I'm gonna go over today let's start with summer, like how am I ending summer, what does that look like? And then we'll move into fall and things to think about as we start moving to fall. This is a great time to experiment and just try some different things and see how it goes. It's really warm right now, so things will start to germinate and you can kind of just see how things are. And you can just keep planting kind of week by week and just fine tune what works for you. My top tip for you right now is record, journal, garden, whatever you like, a garden notebook, whatever you want to call it. Start taking notes because it's a great way to determine that. Take note of your temperatures as you're doing it, and that will definitely help you into the season for next year. So let's talk about summer. I've got some quick updates, I guess, real quick, is that here's some beautiful corn over here on this side, some beautiful corn on this side, and I do have a question, okay, in the comments below. Please help me answer this. I am growing sweet corn, and every time I've harvested, it looks great, it looks awesome, but then I cook it and it's got this weird texture. It's not when you bite into a kernel and it pops and it kind of like is juicy. It's very, very starchy, I guess, and just like, I don't even know. So I wonder if it has something to do with when I'm harvesting. Could be how I'm cooking it, I'm not sure. But I have some beautiful corns here that need to get pulled, so I'm gonna harvest those. How do you know when to harvest your corn? Well, it's when your tassels here start like turning brown. So when the tassels start turning brown, it's time to harvest. So this one's ready to go. The corn stalks, great for fall. Pull them out, use them for decorations. Awesome. Not everything is going to be usable for corn. Like I've got some itty bitty ones, and I'll do a video on corn at another time, but in general, harvesting. Okay. Green beans. All right, you can see that they're starting to turn yellow. Okay, it's starting to be at the end of the season. It's not necessarily hot enough, but keep picking them. They'll keep coming. You're welcome to leave kind of bigger ones. You're gonna miss some, so leave some on the vines. Let's see, here's one. So when they start getting all lumpy, just leave them on the vines, and then you can collect those seeds later down the road, okay? So keep them out. Pollinators love them, so you're good to go. The other thing that you are winding down is your zucchinis, hopefully, all your different squashes. Things are winding down, and you'll probably see some powdery mildew, especially in the Pacific Northwest. I'm zone 8B, and there is going to be moisture buildup, and so it is inevitable that you will have powdery mildew. Best way to combat that is just cut off the leaves when they come up. The difference that you'll see is, I don't think I have an example because they're starting to all die down. But you're gonna see it on the stems as well. So see that it's kind of looking a little spotted here. Okay, that's powdery mildew. So if you can cut them back, great, but at this time it's gonna start kind of taking over because it's the end of the season and the plant is kind of starting to end. So it's not fighting through that, it's more moisture in it. That's what's happening. And you can see that all my pumpkins are really starting to die off as well. So these are getting ready to harvest just in time for fall decorations. So that'll be great. So harvest, 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 collect those things, use those collect seeds. Those are the main things to do from fall, like for your for your summer crops moving into fall. Cucumbers, same thing. They're gonna start winding down. You'll also see some of that. So here's some cucumbers. Okay, again, you'll start seeing that powdery mildew take place. You're going to start seeing them die off, turning yellow. And again, if that plant is It's the end of its cycle. It's produced fruit, and now it's moving on. So keep doing that. Keep harvesting to continue telling the plant I'm interested in growing, and just kind of push it out as you can. Now, at this point, some of you are going to have to make decisions, especially if you don't have a lot of beds to use. So if you're noticing that it's not really working out for you, you have only a couple things are producing, it's really starting to end. If you haven't checked out my other videos on my garden tours, please do that. One of them I asked about like the size of these pickling cucumbers, and this is one right here that has just stayed little. Like, this is the size of the crop. That's it. So it's not worth, if you're in a place where it's like it's not worth the space, pull them out, move on. So one example is my zucchinis. In this bed, my zucchinis have not necessarily been producing well, so I pulled them out. So I had a zucchini plant over here that wasn't producing, so I pulled it out. This zucchini plant there's nothing on it. It's not producing. I can pull that out, make way for something else, and get something else in the ground. This one's another example, not producing. Okay, there's a couple things on here, and if nothing takes, then it's out. So if you have the space, you're welcome to continue letting it go and get seeds off of it if you'd like. So, sunflowers. Oh, tomatoes. So sunflowers, your sunflowers are looking absolutely gorgeous, I'm sure. Your zinnias, a lot of you are just flowers. Okay, this is a good time to take the dead heads and collect seeds. And I had, again, follow me on Instagram. I did a little reel on this, but they're just under here. So I'm just gonna brush this off, bend, and collect those seeds. So you can start collecting seeds for sunflowers, let them dry out, pick things as they're producing. Let's talk tomatoes. So as the season comes to an end for tomatoes here in the Pacific Northwest, the key idea is that your sun is not as high as it used to be. Like, it's starting to go down. Your sun is not out as much. But here's the kick, the evening temperatures. Watch your evening temperatures. As your evening temperatures start to dip, like it has here in the Pacific Northwest, it is telling your crops it is time. End of season. I need to shut down. So for tomatoes, that is crucial. For the Pacific Northwest, rain is hopefully coming around the corner. And so one of the key things that you will notice is cracking of your tomatoes. Too much water getting in to that system, and then that tomato will start to crack. In an earlier video, I asked a question and nobody answered me, but I did figure it out. So I do have, let me see if I can, here we go. So there's a difference. This is an heirloom tomato. This is not cracking. This is called cat face, and it's edible still. It's definitely fine. Okay, but anyway, cat face, edible, normal for heirloom tomatoes, but it's not cracking. If I kept this on here during a rain, it would crack. So here's what I'm doing to take care of my tomato plants for the fall. I am topping them to tell the plant, please continue pushing growth down, and then keeping pushing those nutrients down. It will force the plant to produce and ripen quicker. I'm also going to pull things off my crops that are like this and let them ripen inside, so then the nutrients are pushed to other crops that are, green and not even close to ripening yet. So I'm going to take these ones in. Okay, lots of red ones and orange ones. This can be picked early. Okay, so I want to do that so I can save these, because if a rain comes, if frost comes, then I'm going to lose this crop, and I don't want to. So I'm going to help get it going, get it early by topping it. That means cutting off the top leaves, bringing stuff in to ripen. The other thing with your summer crops that you're going to notice is you're going to notice more infestations. I was just noticing stink bugs. I don't know what the actual names of these are, but let's see if I can get it in view here. Oops. Okay, so I don't know how much you can really see of the stink bugs. Let's see if it will actually, I don't know if if it's hard for you to see, but there are some bunch of bugs on here. I don't know if I'm trying to get it to focus. Okay, you are gonna notice a lot more bugs. Neem oil is definitely an option, but for me personally during this time, I just know it's inevitable. So I'm gonna try and like individually pick things off and move things over. I have had a problem with stink bugs more this year than I have ever had. And you know what, I haven't had an issue where they're destroying the plant. I've had more of them. Sorry, I'm trying to keep the light from blinding you. So there you go, summer. All right, let's move on to fall. So the benefit of having those cooler evenings, for having those less light, is that we're ready for fall crops. So very quickly, I did a fall video, so check that out, and of what I'm planning in the fall, but I'm gonna just give you a quick, notice of what's happening. So I'm planting things out every week, every 2 weeks, depending on the crop. I'm finding space to do that. I've marked off beds saying that this right here is going to be a fall bed. This one's going to be a fall bed. And this one's going to be a fall bed. So I am doing some what we call intercropping, which is we've got my cucumbers currently going, but underneath are my lettuce starts. Over here is my cauliflower and broccoli and cabbage. Okay, there's no broccoli actually. Cauliflower and cabbage. Okay, so I'm just kind of filling those in so that I can, as one crop, I know that my cucumbers are going to be out of here soon. So as they're going to provide shade, kind of, for those other things. Tomatoes is a good example. So notice in your tomatoes, underneath you have a lot of space. Provides shade. You can intercrop because those tomatoes are going to come out, and that's a great way to for if you're limited on space. So I currently have nothing under there because I don't need to do that, and that's okay. One thing I did mention that you can see, the reason it's like this is because I've cut off a lot of green leaves. Okay, just extra leaves like this. Okay, and that's a great way to promote growth also. It's also, I've talked about in my other videos, keeps that air circulation going and helps with, insects and stuff. Okay. Let's talk about the other two, and then we'll go over some last things. So you heard me say I have lettuce starts, I have cauliflower, I've got broccoli, I've got beets going on, I've got arugula, I've got kale. I do have some collards. These are collards that are starting to come up, or starting to progress, I guess. I do need to come in. I'm going to plant more collard seeds because none of them took, it looks like. And the back there is radishes. I've got some broccolini, and I do have some broccoli. Not broccolini, rapini. There you go. So this bed is chosen because it does get shade more, so it allows it to not bolt, hopefully. Things are gonna bolt. Bolting means that they're gonna go to seed, like this. So if you're starting, this is a broccoli plant that has gone to seed. This one right here has bolted. It's supposed to be broccoli. There's a head maybe forming up there, but it's likely to not really make progress, and that's okay. Keep planting as it gets cooler and cooler. These are all radishes, and this over here is broccoli. Yeah, again, I've interplanted because I know this stuff over here is coming out. So let's plant some stuff to get them started. Use that space. Over here, I've got peas and carrots. Okay, peas along here. I did a pea video. And I've got carrots in here. This is turnips. No, it's not. It's parsnips. These are parsnips. And I've got some carrots over here. The thing I absolutely love about growing carrots is that they can kind of continue to mature, and you can pull them out as needed. You can eat them small, you can eat them full size, right? These have literally been here all summer. If you've seen my videos, you can see that they've been here. So that's okay. Carrots do take a while, so get those in the ground. With fall, the things I'm also doing is watering, keeping my seedlings wet and moist, especially in series of drought, which we have not had very much rain. So I do want to make sure they stay moist. I want to make sure they stay covered and protected from high heat. and aware of that. I want to be aware of my lows, that if there's going to be a frost, I will want to cover them. You can also do seeds indoors. There's nothing that prevents you from doing that as well. The last thing I will end with is kind of that summer-fall combo is pumpkins. My pumpkins are looking great. I've got some butternut squash here that have finally taken off. I'm so excited. So I hope that you enjoy those. I get to harvest that summer crop for fall decorations, for fall enjoyment, and I absolutely love that. My common question is people will freak out this time of year when they start turning orange because they're like, wait a minute, will it make it to October? Yes, absolutely. You're looking for the leaves to die off anyway, and these leaves are still looking okay. They're doing great. And even once it dies off, then you can harvest those. So don't freak out. You want them to be starting to turn orange anyway. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that you were able to find something to help you with transitioning your garden from summer to fall. And check out us on Instagram. Subscribe, follow, find some other gardening videos, and also learn a little bit about zero waste and other sustainable ways. I hope you have a wonderful, sustainable day. Sorry about my shaky hands. Bye.